Whew, okay. Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to Smudcast number 519. The hate for turning red made no sense. And in case you can't tell from the face on the screen, that is the beautiful face of Mr. Veritas Joe, whom we have covered at least twice, I think, 2 or 3 times.
Fortunately, yeah.
Yeah, we tend to get turned off by his shtick, his vocabulary, not his vocabulary, his diction. It's hard to go through. He speaks very quickly. He has lots of fast cuts, and he swears a lot. He has lots of racial terms that I'm not comfortable with, and it's just hard to swallow at times. So we cut the video short, and we call it a day. But this video just came out this month, May 19th. His term is "common sense ain't so common, but turning red was pretty good." Interesting. I haven't heard that before. So maybe...
I wonder what his reasoning is for it.
Yeah, I'd love to hear his fast take on why Turning Red's a great flick for kids or anyone, really. I don't know. Who is it for? I haven't watched the interviews by the director and writers of the show to say why they did it, how they did it the way, but it was a flop. It was a financial flop. It wasn't very entertaining. It was weird at times, and this is me like casually watching it with my family because we play games when we're together and the TV's on in the background. And this is one my brother wanted to show me because it involved Toronto, and I thought that was kind of clever. But other than that, no, it didn't really catch my attention. So
yeah, don't
know what to say about the show.
18 million, and that is worldwide.
Yeah. Not
that's
good.
That's not gonna cut it.
Yeah, I think the budget was at least over 100 million or 8.
Yeah,
close to
it looks like it.
Yeah.
Looks like it. Yeah.
For full production,
it doesn't look like 100 million.
It does. It's looks like the standard Pixar budget.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah, is that? Are they all about 100 million?
Yes.
80. Yeah, it depends because production value nowadays, because they're done so quickly, they do cost more. So back in the day, computers took a little longer. So when you did everything, you were off the clock. And you just wait for your animation to bake, and you make sure it's checking. So you don't need everyone on board. And post production is a whole other issue. But depending on
if rendering time is less now, then I would expect it also to be cheaper. Because it was the rendering time that blew budgets out of proportion.
It depends. However, the studio deals with that budget, because some of the people in charge of funding, it's like, what are you actually doing for the next month? Well, nothing. We're just baking the video. You're like, well, why should we charge you that? So it's like, well, you spent the several $1 million on 2 years development, so that's what you're getting. So it depends. It really depends on, because usually having better hardware decreases costs. So either they're paying for a lot of workers to get the job done quicker, or they're factoring that into the budget. I'm not sure. So it's odd. Anyway, this video is 15 minutes long. I'm going to bet...
7 minutes of saying the N-word.
I'm going to bet we're only going to get to around 7 minutes anyway, because last time we did a Veritas Joe video, we just stopped. We couldn't take it anymore.
So it's 3.5 minutes of the N-word and 3.5 minutes of not understanding what he's even saying because he mumbles too fast.
He will get to his point in probably about 5 minutes. Yeah, probably.
You know what makes this a truly sad day, besides it being Veritas Joe who won in the poll?
You ran
the other video. The other video that was about to win was one about cuties. We had 2 videos about children's movies with sexual themes in it.
Yeah,
what the fuck? How is this even possible?
I think we said no to all cuties videos, not necessarily the person who covered it. I think it was it Mr. Girl, that weird intersectionist YouTuber who made the worst take on cuties ever. I think that's just his shtick. I don't know. But he took his video.
I haven't seen that.
Oh my! You don't want to? No, you don't want to see that one. But other people covered him. I think we covered a video that covered him, or we just touched upon it. But yeah, no, Mr. Cutie or Mr. Girl.
I don't think I've ever seen anything from that guy.
Oh, yeah, it's all politics and intersectionality. It's just ridiculous crap. So he even has a video called "I Am a Pedophile." So it's like, okay.
Okay, what? Ironically or unironically?
That's the problem with this guy. We don't know if he's joking or he's trying to make a point.
Then he's making a point.
I would hope so.
Because you must be insane to make that joke.
You have to be really edgy to push the envelope.
Yeah, but edgy to the point where we must question your sanity and whether you should be outside.
Yeah, I think
without supervision.
I think he took down the original Cuties video, but since then he's talked about it and he's gone on shows talking about it. So it's kind of like, okay, whatever. I mean, that's his thing.
No, inform the authorities.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get playing because this guy is staring into my soul and he's kind of scaring me. So let's continue.
He just wants yours because he has none.
Hey, if you like my face, why you can't get a plus shipping because that shit flopped, you can definitely get this.
Whoa!
That was situational comedy, man.
Slow down. It's I can't hear. We have to put the videos a little slower here. There we go. Put it down to 75. All right. Let's try that.
Hey, if you like my face, why you can't get a plus shipping because that shit flopped, you can definitely get this new merch on a new site, CrowdMade. We got the original hoodies back in stock.
Wait. So he made merch that failed. Now he's trying again. All right. Bravo. Keep trying.
He just did the merch wrong.
Yeah.
It's like socialism. You just need to make more.
Buy our shit that no one bought in the first place.
We got new sweater stickers. We even got beanies and dad hats. I love beanies. Look at them. They're so cool. We even got socks if you like those too. Look, we finally got a mug. He's on a mug, and he's on a mug.
Look,
he's
it's
holding.
the
Talk
Shinji
about
mug
meta
holding
new merch
pose.
on crowdmade.com. Link in the description.
Well,
you know,
fits,
I just
it?
love making videos where I'm unequivocally right because it's really funny seeing people tell me how and why I'm not and fail terribly. Like I'm telling you, I've seen some terrible things. It's one thing to make a good counter argument, and then there are these guys who are stupid and wrong and stupid and I'm right and all.
Okay, so he spent about 20 seconds saying how awesome he is.
Yeah, because
he's
he can't
awesome.
be wrong
Just
on
look at
anything.
him. He's looking so awesome. Like
Look,
I want
he's
to buy
right
all his
because-
merchandises. Like he's such a genuine guy. Like,
He's right
can
on
you
everything.
not believe a single word that's coming out of his mouth?
Yeah, he's right on everything because he's Veritas Joe, who's never wrong on anything. Like why would even anyone try to prove him wrong? It's impossible.
All right. Well, all these bright colors and whatever template, the pastels is like, okay, dude, what are you doing?
Awesome, because there ain't no defender when I'm finna call out. That whole turning red mess had a lot of y'all saying some really, really uneducated, dumb, not smart things. And you know I don't
So uneducated and dumb. Okay, that's two different things. but
Projection is tasty today.
I'm sure his vocabulary and mannerisms are completely educated. He went to a nice school. They taught him how to talk and argue very, very articulately, I'm sure.
Since when is Joe an expert at teenage Asian girls that lived in Toronto 2002?
Asian immigrants or Chinese immigrants to Toronto. Yeah. It's like, what? Let's find out.
really care for stuff like that now, do I? Now we get it back in blood over here. You can say you dropped it, but if I ain't say my piece, I'ma pick it right back up. And then they misrepresent my points.
I don't even know what he just said the past 5 seconds. I'm gonna say my
Slow
piece.
down. It's still like he's mumbling.
Yeah, we're at 1/4 like the speed, so we're 0.75.
That's because neither his parents nor his teachers ever told him to get his jaw open when he's talking or move his lips properly. Maybe they're all numb from whatever drugs he's taking. I don't know.
Yeah, well.
It's not surprising, and I love it so much. So there's a little Pixar movie called Turning Red. It focuses on young protagonist Malin.
He said, "There's a little. There is a little. There's a little. There's a little."
Yeah, it's like
It's
one
a
word.
slang Wisp.
It's
Like
just-
people use it.
That's
in
not
the
that's not
States.
slang. That's his tongue being numb.
Take 4 words and put a hyphen in between all of them. There is a little.
I think he doesn't know how to use his tongue.
maybe you should teach him.
No.
All right.
Who's starting to deal with puberty, her own identity as a person, any expectations and generational trauma her family's put on her throughout.
Okay, what the fuck is this talk about generational trauma? Like,
Yeah, that's not
this
the case.
always comes in like this is like the new buzzword that I've been hearing for a year now.
Yeah.
Like it's every single time.
No.
Generational trauma. They never go into it. I'm willing to bet it's not
Yeah,
going.
unless we're talking about.
Loves to talk about this. I know therapists who love to talk about that and nothing else.
Yeah.
They never talk about anything substantive, and they mistake cultural traditions or anything for generational trauma.
Yeah, unless we're talking about the Japanese internment camps of the 40s and 50s in Canada. I don't.
These are Chinese.
Yeah,
These are
I don't
Chinese
know.
people.
I'm trying to be as close as possible to maybe these parents, but these parents wouldn't be, immigrating. They would be born in Canada by that time, so they'd be around 1960s ish, 50s, 60s ish. For this, because this place in like 2002 or 2001.
2002, and there's a grandmother who lived. Like, wait, does she come from China? I don't remember.
She comes from China.
Okay,
from-
mainland. So
It seems so.
Yeah,
But
and
she came all the way.
yeah, and I don't know where exactly they landed, but Canada, even in the 60s and 70s, was pretty much, hey, please come. We have no one here because everyone's going to the States. So we accepted pretty much everything and everyone, and there's been no discrimination in any scale. It was pretty much illegal if that was caught, and that's why we have such big Asian communities in Canada and boroughs in Toronto and entire towns outside of the Toronto and the GTA, which are predominantly Asian. So no, there shouldn't be there's nothing I can think of for the Cantonese speaking people, especially even downtown Toronto. We still have, Chinatown in multiple places. So don't know.
So and Tyler Preston and Worst Company in the chat are saying and asking, I hate that word. What the fuck is that? What does it even mean? The idea behind generational trauma is that you have someone in your family who has PTSD, could be from war, could be from an internment camp, could be from grape, could be anything. Like there's PTSD present, let's say. And due to that, the parent is unintentionally mistreating the child. Therefore, the child has some sort of negative childhood, like a lack of attention, some sort of neglect or overprotection. It can go various directions, and that messes up the development of the child in some form. It can be a narcissistic abuse cycle, like then we have no PTSD, but we have narcissistic parents can create narcissistic children, and then you can imagine how that goes through the generations. In general, if we talk about generational trauma from war, that is usually done by the third or fourth generation. That there's no further impact from that.
I think we're talking like over 100 years. So yeah. Yeah. Well, depends on how many, how quickly you get the next generation, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, about let's say 60 to 100 years, depending on how quickly you're making new kiddies. In the case of the Chinese, I don't see where that is the case. Where the left likes to refer to generational trauma is to some sort of mistreatment due to cultural norms that are super bad. Of course, when other cultures come here, their cultures are super awesome and we need to respect them. But otherwise, like this movie is some Schrodinger's culture thing. Like we need to respect the Chinese culture, but it's also an abusive culture that gives you generational trauma, and it's like it's all insane.
I don't get it. Like, how can it be generational trauma when it's just the mother who has like issues clearly from trying to be the best mother, but at the same time becoming a helicopter parent.
Yeah, but in this case, it's all justified.
It's all justified, yes. Like, because it looks like the curse of the family. Turning into these pandas.
Yeah, and technically, if we ignore the whole puberty metaphor and the whole sexualization metaphor, if we ignore that, it's a movie about growing up and becoming responsible about your emotional outbursts. And being generally, instead of being emotional, starting to be rational and controlling yourself. However, the movie ends
controlling
on
yourself seems to
discarding
be a
that.
trauma for these new generations. So yes.
Yes, because they hate it. They want to remain eternal children, and that is what this movie is doing. The girl
that's the ending, yes.
refuses to grow up and remains an eternal child that just indulges in whatever she does. While her parents are adults. And she refuses to be an adult. And the moral of the movie is, stay a child forever because you want to. That's who you are. Do whatever you want, regardless of the repercussions.
Yeah, well, speaking of generational trauma, hey Mike, how's it going?
Hi Mike. Yeah, so if anything, these messages of these types of movies, they will create some generational trauma because when people refuse to grow up, they remain emotionally immature. When emotionally immature people have children, those children get more or less psychologically abused because the parents aren't really caring about them, not properly.
I remember the old morals of, hey, you don't be an eternal child. You could be a child at heart, but you have to grow up. You know, there's a time and place where you can have, your old stuff there, but
yeah, I think that was abandoned in the 60s.
Well, the issue with this story is you have this magical family trait which is suddenly just there in modern society, roughly speaking, and it's just accepted. No one goes, oh, that's weird, and freaks out. No, it's just whatever. You're just there.
Yeah.
And
no U.S. government is coming in and tries to weaponize it.
And she's just treating it like it's part of her lifestyle, and her mom's like, you shouldn't do that. And it's just another talking piece between them. It's nothing. It's no big deal. Like the issue is resolved after the concert or whatever. And you're like, that would be a huge deal. That would be a international event. That would be people freaking out over aliens and all kinds of stories, and the Fed's involved, and America involved, and China involved, like all kinds of international events. And if this was set in a different time period, like tribal China or whatever, I don't know, that would, maybe they had immigrants to ancient Canada from the past 200 years, ancient Canada, right? So, so the Indians would see, great panda spirit or whatever, like some sort of acceptance in a more tribal way. That would make way more sense than having a contemporary setting with magical powers and
modern culture doesn't accept that so easily.
Yeah, like Pocahontas.
We claim to be the culture that doesn't believe in magical shit.
Right. You have to bring spiritualism back to a more earlier time period where it's like, you can actually have this accepted and not have everyone tweeting about it. Or I guess in 2002, everyone just had flip phones and MSM. So everyone would be chatting about it in
yes.
Whatever. So
they didn't do their research right. Holy shit. And even the curses in Ranma have more impact on the people who witness the transformations of the characters when they do.
And that was the 90s. So
no, Ranma is 80s, I believe.
The 80s? Well, I watched it in the 90s.
Late
Ranma
80s.
is old.
Late 80s.
Yeah.
Ranma is old.
All right.
Ranma's an old woman now.
Anyway, Mike, you're okay with you're coming at this time with Vertus Joe. You're good to go?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's get going.
He loves this movie. Trust me.
The years. Also, she involuntarily turns into a giant panda. It happens. I saw it with my friends on Disney Plus and I thought it was pretty good. Oddly enough, that's how basically everyone saw it because it was dumped from theaters to streaming. Even the animators didn't know that apparently. Yeesh. The issue that plagues me and a whole lot of other niggas is that a very different, very much less educated group of people online did not think it was great.
This is like, okay, this is gonna be a small thing. But
if you didn't
when
it, you're not educated.
Try shit talk the audience that you're trying to criticize in your video, and you're doing it for the third time, you should just stop. You have to bring up like your points, like why are they dumb? What did they do wrong? You're not describing them. You still keep repeating the same point that they're so dumb, uneducated.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Mark.
Just get to the point.
Mark, if you don't like what I like, you're simply not educated.
Well, this is the thing.
I know, but I'm racist. So.
What education does he have that we don't? And I'm assuming he's in some liberal arts college that is like the truth is come down from the heavens, and they've told this is what you should think, Veritas Joe, and everyone else does not know are heathens, and you have to go educate them yourself or tell them off, call them niggers, or whatever you do. Like this is
the Academy of the M-word.
This is his thing.
I think he should take some logopedics classes in his curriculum.
It's bizarre. It's like, dude, okay, we don't have your knowledge, but your knowledge is nothing academic that I could shake a stick at. I don't know anyone who has your knowledge that thinks this is intelligent, or like why can't we dislike a film and give you reasons? Oh, you're uneducated. You don't know film theory. You don't know social learning theories. You don't know, like, what exactly don't we know? I don't know. I want to know what this guy.
Why learn theories when you could go do a thing called experience life?
Well, I was hoping maybe a sociology school, or some kind of teacher, like some book we could point to and say, okay, now I can educate myself. Like if he points to Foucault, I'm going to be like, okay, buddy, whatever.
Well, he doesn't know what words mean, and Foucault is exactly the perfect text for that.
Oh, joy. Just disseminate everything. Okay.
Just word salad, and people will believe you are a super sophisticated philosopher.
Yeah, keep calling them names.
Or just good at all. And he had this mindset like way before the movie even came out. And for completely invalid reasons that made no sense. And I ain't talking Mr. Enter wanted there to be a 9/11 reference in the movie because it came out in 2002 type of stupid. No. That's very stupid, and they live in Toronto, and it just also be fucking dumb. I love turning the TV to hit the Pentagon! I'm talking about annoying hate shit. Like, that's funny. This movie of which...
Okay, so he's trying to say the people in America are offended because it's near the date of 9/11?
I mean, I don't really give a shit.
I don't think so.
He's trying to dunk on the guy who made the comparison. But everyone has done that by now.
Yeah.
So one guy made a dumb take, and therefore everyone is wrong.
They took out that part of it. Mr. Enter made that review of Turning Red, and he made like a very long segment where like he was like, oh, well, people would be acting different because like 2001 and 9/11 happened, and this place in 2002, so people should be shocked still.
What?
In Toronto?
Toronto, like everything is revolving around the United States.
I don't know. Yeah, obviously 9/11 affected the world because that was the biggest event of terrorism ever I could think of. But no, I mean, okay, Canada is heavily influenced by American politics and American news. So it would still be a big thing with George Bush and all the stuff he was doing. Like that was constantly on the news for sure.
Oh, of course, but like that's assuming that like these worlds also play in our real world.
Oh God!
And I do not like. There's like the suggestion that like, oh well, look at these boy bands. They were totally like the craze of like the early 2000s. But do we have to adapt the exact same real world that we live in?
Yeah, and the world of these pre-teenagers or whatever their age they are. They don't really care. They are busy learning and studying and running and exercising and doing all kinds of stuff to keep their life going. So it's not their concern per se. Plus, they're in a world where women turn into pandas. So what the hell?
They live in a world where everything is pastel colors.
Yeah, I wish Toronto was this beautiful, but it's not.
What? You don't have a vanilla sky?
Today we kind of do. It's been kind of beautiful orange in the evening, but no, it's not this nice.
But Smart, like 20 years ago, surely Toronto looked like this.
I wish.
did not even come out yet was getting shat on by so many people for so many reasons. In my High Guardian Spice video, I said how it always sucks how you can tell just what kind of properties are gonna get ripped apart the moment you see them, you know, because of how usually gay looking they usually are. This movie was getting an overwhelming amount of hate, and for once I actually realistically cannot understand why it was even happening. Because this movie isn't queer or queer looking, it's obviously high quality Pixar and shouldn't bring out the mean modern cartoon hating ass niggas. And it's also pretty harmless and non-controversial considering, you know, it's Disney.
Dude,
She literally sells her body.
you fucking circular argument retard. Because it's not controversial because you say so and because it's Disney. It can't be controversial because there is a controversy, whatever, however you pronounce it. You can't just say it's not controversial while there is a controversy. You're the same kind of idiot who calls everything that doesn't agree with you a controversy, where the vast majority of people say and think this is the same position to hold. But since you are not agreeing with that vast majority position on something completely normal and sane, you say that's controversial.
Yeah, and plus we're talking about a thing that came out, was it a few months ago, and was it March or was it?
Yeah, March.
Yeah, so people weren't quite yet used to going out, at least in Canada. I don't know about the rest of the world, but we still have our travel restrictions in Canada. We can go out, but people still wear masks, like restaurant people, but the actual people who go to the restaurant don't, so you don't have to. But it's not like, hey, let's bring out the family to the movies. Like, that never felt... I've never seen that. I haven't talked to friends about doing that. We're still sort of on pins and needles. We're having election year, so we're voting next month for the provincial government, in Ontario at least.
How many elections do you have?
Every year or so we have provincial, municipal, and federal. Federal's in 3 years. So, you know, this is a big thing because of what's been happening with COVID and travel restrictions. The travel restrictions are federal, too. COVID is provincial, and then all the little things are municipal. So there's all kinds of... and Toronto is like so crazy liberal right now. Well, it's always been that way. So in a lot of the GTAs as well. So it's kind of like, don't go out unless you have a mask. If you don't, we're going to scream at you. We're going to get reported.
How liberal.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Like, I remember the first week of COVID going downtown to work, and there were people screaming at each other for coughing.
I mean, also, that sounds so liberal and free-spirited instead of authoritarians.
Yeah. So we still have the tang of the epidemic, and now we have a new one starting up, which is nuts. And there's not
what, the Affenpocken?
The ovens? The what?
Wasn't it monkeypox?
I think if monkeypox would be made like a racial issue, that like they named it monkeypox because of the people, it would stop. Like the people are retarded enough that they would be like, say, "Oh, this is a very racist virus."
Yeah, well.
Oh, seriously, like we need to start on 4chan or something.
Affenpocken.
It's a combination of that with the way the markets are going and the way prices are going and shopping is going. Like, guys, I don't know if you've been shopping in the past few weeks, but it's a little different than it was 3 months ago.
I bought like paper towel and olive oil, and I had to pay 3 times the price it used to be half a year ago.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah, I know. And
at least your country never had toilet paper thrown at you by the president.
Oh, really?
Remember that?
Man, I wonder how it must have been for the people.
Dude, I live in Eastern Europe. Like, you think like that's the crazy thing? It's like the norm.
Yeah. So this year has been pretty bad and sensitive for many reasons. So so the people going out to see a film, probably there'd be very little enthusiasm. There was barely any advertising for this. I'm not even sure how kids would know about this unless they were watching Disney Plus or something, and then they got a little...
Oh, you mean the movie? Yeah.
Yeah, like how would you know about this thing? So there was barely any advertising. And I only found out because my brother and his wife have whatever subscription, and they watched it that way. And that was it. So they're already paying for it. This was just a thing to watch.
You know, it speaks a lot.
probably-
When the kids didn't even watch it. Instead, it's your brother.
Probably.
You probably would have found that anyway because it's woke as hell.
I don't know. I really don't, because it's all a streaming service and it's in the background. The kids kind of pay attention. They like the Last Dragon movie more from last year. They watch that a lot for whatever reason, but it's in Cantonese because they're learning Cantonese, so it makes sense.
I mean, it would have gotten into the reach of the Smudcast eventually.
Yeah,
and it did.
So this film, I saw it once and a little bit on the side, and that was it. And I didn't care to watch it and pay attention because it didn't catch my attention. I was too busy having fun with my niece and nephew. So
I've yet to fully see it, and I will never see it.
yeah,
I saw it once, and it burned itself into my mind about how horrible it
The
is.
only way I'm seeing it is I'm not paying to see it.
I
Yeah.
Mike,
saw
how
the
often have you
second half
seen it?
of this movie, and it
Wait,
was
what
enough
movie?
for me.
This one?
Yes.
Too many times.
Oh wow. Okay, Mike's our expert.
I heard a prime
He's
number
one of
going
them!
around.
All
Sorry.
right. Well, this is the problem with the movie. Not that anyone went to go see it and had an actual opinion. It's like no one knew it was around. There was no advertising. No one cared. It's a flaw.
And when people did know about it, it was because of propaganda.
And then when they actually did see it for whatever reason, they went meh.
So
But yeah,
Either-
I
that's
get
the
it. I get
new
our can't even
direction
headcanon
that-
shit. It's movies for little nerdy middle school girls. But I also realized
not
that I'm
nerdy.
pretty
That-
sure
Is it
that
for
they
them?
didn't
Really?
understand why.
You bloody idiot! That the little fat purple girl is not nerdy.
Psychotic.
Hey,
If anything.
Yes.
hey, she can transform sunglasses. That's interesting.
Yes. Oh my! I never noticed that before.
Ow!
Magical sunglasses
I
in
don't
ancient
know.
China. That's what they had back then.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, her clothes also remain normal, but her sunglasses they transform with like. There's no logic here.
Yeah.
This is not Ranma. Ranma made sense.
Even in Devil May Cry, it makes fucking sense. And that shit doesn't take itself seriously. Half the time.
All right.
The little fat girl needs therapy.
No, it means that like this
all
panda
do.
form is just a fursuit, so it's just like a furry.
Let's not go there. We're watching Veritas
Disney
Joe.
is full of fairies, and this movie is the new direction that Disney wants to go to.
I
Oh, you
don't know about that. Maybe, but I think this was a flop, so they're not going to continue. So
You know how it is with when they go woke. They go woke as long when they truly commit. They go woke as long as they don't hit rock bottom and run out of money. We've seen this a couple times now. They don't care
they're
that
not-
other companies have died because of not making money anymore.
yeah, but
As long because
Unless
they keep
it
the
makes
shit
a
in.
lot of money on home video, which it probably won't.
no, they're not going to
Not
make a sequel. They
done
might
for
try
that.
something else though. Maybe I don't know.
They
I
hated
didn't
it
like
either.
this directors because you know that Pixar makes those shorts before like each of their movies. I believe so that she was the one who made the short before The Incredibles 2, which was about the Onion Kid.
Right.
I think like that was a really dumb one. It just didn't really strike the point that it was the mother that was trying to give up on the son, just like letting the son like go about his life. And it was just like so overprotective. It's just the same movie, fucking movie that she made this year, but except like that one was just 5 minutes long. It was a bit more competent than this. It wasn't so much in your face, and no twerking either. But it's just she doesn't seem to be there yet to like direct movies. That's how I feel bad.
I mean, we just only have 2 examples, but it sounds like she has this one special topic that she wants to write about. So maybe that's her personal, how do you say this? Perceived childhood trauma, where she had a too controlling mother and wanted to do other things instead.
Maybe she wants to go back to mainland China, but she can't.
Oh, jeez. Let's not
This
speculate.
is
wants
the
to
only
be
way
a-
she can connect with that.
Anyway,
Oh, because maybe she's frustrated that when she was 12, or younger, and her mom told her, no, you don't go around twerking half naked, that she was sad.
I'm not sure twerking was a thing back then, but okay, anyway.
It wasn't. No one did that. Like not even like the ass shake that like she's doing in the intro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a bit what's the word I'm looking for? When you have a thing that's out of time that's put in the present. There's a video game that's the title of this. I'm trying to remember. Anyway.
No way.
Why not take it first?
It was a detective game. It was made by Anyway, don't worry about it. Here's a donation from GigaChat. Thank you, sir. This man needs to work on his fitness dick in your mouth. Oh, jeez. Anyway, is he the guy with the dank in hot Cheetos superglues to his scalp? Maybe if he got rid of that yee ass haircut, he could get some bitches on his dick. Well, he's bisexual, so I'm not sure what he feels.
Are you sure about that?
I'm not.
I thought.
I don't think this. I don't think this man understands being attracted to women.
All right. Let's continue.
Or at least couldn't stick to a valid, arguable reason. To keep it a stack, the turning red hate makes no sense. And it all sounded stupid because it is. Let me explain. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I promise I'm not trying to purposefully reignite shit. I'm just really bad at responding to stuff at an optimal time. Also, I get to bring this up whenever I want, so I can do whatever I want, okay? For some reason, this movie ended up being people's next target. And unlike the other 45 times I've been here to see it, this movie just didn't have a reason.
I think he's a bit schizo because he brings up random shit without any context.
You know, at least
any context, I can guess what he might mean with it.
Hey, at least when I try bringing shit up, I'm usually the one slower than everyone. Where it's like, yeah, I'm trying to say something with context, but the thing's already moved on. Mm-hmm. This guy just gets.
I like how he doesn't give a fuck, but he made an entire video about it.
Also, the movie
he does give a fuck.
Also, the movie's a target for no reason. I'm pretty sure it's damn obvious what this movie did.
Yeah, many of these people put a lot of effort into videos about things they don't give a fuck about. I would like to make videos about things I give a fuck about. I don't have the energy and concentration.
Yeah.
Also, that girl's back, like the one who wears like the green checkered shirt, is gonna fucking break. No way, you can stand like that.
Yeah, impossible.
Wisp, would you say it's your panda, your choice?
Oh, shut up.
No.
Who's soon?
No. Jojo Joestar said something in the chat, and I just looked it up because I couldn't believe it. And he said, and I just looked it up. The budget for this movie was 175 million.
Wow.
You know how much it made on the box office?
Only a tenth of it back.
Yeah.
10 million.
17.9 million.
Just over 10%. Just barely.
Yeah. This movie lost 100 million. No,
over
more.
100.
I can't math it.
Because the budget is only half of the cost. Because this wasn't marketed that much, but there is some marketing budget that's never calculated into the budget of the movie itself.
Yeah, of course, that's true. But at least it lost at least 150 million.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Holy fuck.
Okay, here's Porcelinus the Fourth. Thank you. He's bisexual. Damn, no one wants this N-word for real. He does realize he doesn't have to like a thing just because a lot of people dislike it. Yes, I guess not. Nobody told him being a contrarian for the sake of contrarianism is annoying. I don't know if that's his thing. I really don't know what his thing is. It's very hard to get a grasp on this opinion of his because he just likes stuff that involves anime and I wouldn't say pedophilia, but things along those lines. He likes the younger kinds of kids in anime. So it has that vibe to me because he's so enthusiastic about it and he likes to swear a lot. and I don't know what that combination means. I'm sure there's some correlation. I don't know what. There's something going on with this guy, that it's either an act or he actually thinks this way.
Tyler Preston says, fun fact, Varys Joe admitted that he turned bisexual from watching Voltron. No joke.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, the
new one?
new Voltron. Oh.
Yeah, but that's
Is that a Pokemon?
that can't be real. There's no way.
Is the new Voltron any good though?
Probably not if Varys Joe is advertising it.
My God.
If a cartoon does that to you, you have serious issues, sir.
I mean, after watching Neon Genesis Evangelion, I realized that like there's no hope for anime.
Well, that did cross my mind, but it's just one studio.
That one's from decades ago.
And you wonder why I call these people mentally insane.
Well, no, but that's just, again, the Dekiano.
Like,
And
yeah, but no, not that. I mean, Varys Joe.
Oh.
The thing is
It had pretty good animation.
Like he acts like I think emotional immature is underselling what's going on with Varys Joe, and maybe that's why he's so impressionable by other things.
Maybe he's an
He
idiot.
doesn't double think when he's saying a single word. I even believe so that he first speaks before thinking. That's definitely his model.
Maybe
But
he's just stupid.
otherwise, like he's just rabid.
Yeah, no. When he says people aren't educated, it's like, sir, not a sentence out of your mouth sounds like you've gone through any rubric of learning of any academic discipline.
Yeah, you didn't finish elementary.
And we're like
that's
almost 3 minutes into the video, and he still hasn't said a single point why those people are dumb.
It's only
or
accusations.
any of those words that he's
anything
saying.
he's proving it.
Only accusations and claims.
Yeah.
He could have said those words about anyone.
Okay.
Well,
let's-
Varys Joe, the box office disagrees with you. The movie is shit.
Okay.
To
So
be
you
a
liking it
target.
is
Now, I'm not
controversial.
saying these other properties should be targeted at all. Hell no. But from Steven Universe to She-Ra to women being important in Marvel movies and Miles Morales being Spider-Man, these people usually take stories about marginalized groups or stories that are for marginalized people and then rip
Marginalized groups.
How are you marginalized, you fuckhead? You live in a first world country. You get tons of money from the internet, from people even dumber than you are. If not, you could get money from Social Security because you live in such a rich-ass fucking country that bears with trash like you. How are you fucking marginalized? Because people call you the N-word? The only people calling you that are other people of your skin complexion.
Oh, boo-hoo. Everyone else was called the N-word too. Get in
Also-
line, buddy.
Also, all the movies he brought up right there, Spider-Verse is the only good one.
Yeah, he's lumping everyone
Yes.
into this group. He's saying, oh, all those people who disagree with me are like this. They don't like these things. It's like, yeah, so.
Yeah, he's a bigot. He's an actual bigot. He has this bias that every time there's a racial thing, it's racism.
Yeah, usually when you have a differing point of view, like I know someone who dislikes everything I like. It's like, that's cool. That's totally fine. We could have a normal conversation and respect each other's opinion, and that's great. This guy's like, oh, these guys are wrong. They're horrible. As he said in the first 10 seconds of his video, he's like, I'm always right.
Because he's stupid.
He's immature. He's
Yes.
putting.
He'll get his comeuppance bench.
I don't know. To me, this is all an act. He's putting on a show.
You wish it was an act. You wish.
For media.
Yeah,
Smart, you need to get out more.
Yeah. I'm not.
yeah.
Smart. Go back to university. Meet these people.
I'm not experienced enough. Yeah,
Talk with them. Talk with them in real life,
I
in
don't-
meet space.
I don't want to.
And you
Why
will
do you
see
hate
it's
Smart this
not an
much?
act.
This is not an act.
I don't think I want to go back to university just for the sake of talking to people. I'd rather go there to learn.
To cook.
Not inter.
Yeah,
Well,
you'll learn, all right. You'll learn how stupid these people are.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, Mark, what did you say?
Why do you hate Smut so much? Like, why do you want to go back to the torture chamber?
I want him to get the bricks in the face that make him wake up to the reality of this hellhole.
The bricks in the face.
I honestly, I believe that Smud knows this. He's just like such a positive protagonist in the story that he believes in the good of all people.
I'll admit I'm one of the
That is called naivety.
I'll admit I'm one of the lucky ones.
Whatever protagonist from video game that we don't want to talk about anymore.
Oh, the protagonist that believes even in the genocidal psychopath, and after giving the genocidal psychopath a hug, the genocidal psychopath supervillain melts and becomes a good person.
Like, I see it as like Shepard is like fighting Saren in Mass Effect 1, and he tells him that like there's still a choice left. And like, like he's gotta shoot himself in the head, but it's still worth it. I mean, come on. One way or another, you gotta convince him.
Sarek ain't got nothing on the woke people.
I'm not gonna.
Hey, Saren, don't destroy the world. Don't you want to come to my house party instead? We're all having a thing.
Oh, what a great idea! However, I'm too far removed. Let me kill myself. Bye. Great rating, BioWare. Yeah, it's fantastic.
But I wanted to do karaoke with you, Saren.
At that point, before shooting himself, Saren was basically like, "Bye, have a great time." Boom, dead.
Well, we have plenty of people I respect on media that have really bad takes on politics and other things, which all you have to do is sit them down for a good 2 minutes. It's like, listen, like you're calling people accessories to terrorists and Nazis, which do not exist or have existed this year in Canada. It's like these little things that annoy me. At least with those I can talk to. With guys like this, I mean, like he's just a kid. Like I wouldn't put too much merit.
He is literally a kid.
Yeah, I don't.
He is 21.
Yeah, I don't really. It doesn't really bother me. It's like whatever.
He will never grow older than that.
He'll grow up quick. Believe me. At 21, in the next 10 years.
This guy.
Oh God, yeah. Guys, the next 10, 20
this
years.
This guy will turn 20. When he's 31, he will have a list of kids he will have diddled.
Well, maybe. But life for everyone's going to change very quickly in the next 10 to 20 years. I know it sounds stupid because I'm giving you a time frame.
Oh no, that's the case all 10 or 20 years.
I know, but
look back to last 10 or 20 years. Holy shit!
Compare the 1920s and the 1930s, and that's what we're looking at these days. But that's a whole other topic. Let's keep going.
Them apart in their dog shit videos. Something's always woke, or the MCU, or kids can't learn about gay people because somehow an on-screen gay.
No. It's not about kids can't learn about gay people. It's that you fuckheads, you crazy pedophile fuckheads, want to make the kids gay.
Yeah, there's
very different.
There should be technically no sexuality in children. They should not.
Nothing for one digit age children.
Yeah, that's not what you do. We were taught this lesson very early on throughout life, as well as I believe it was Brave New World, of the horrors of that. So there's all kinds of stuff we should not be doing with kids, and talking about sex is definitely one of those things. In media,
yeah, we have and especially with the COOF, they're all about the science. Trust the science. Well, the science says if you do sexual stuff with little kids, their brains are fucked up. Their brains get fucked up. And they'll be broken for life, or they turn into pedophiles themselves.
So
because
that's
their brains
the
are
backstory
fucked
of where this joke.
With lots of these people, there's something happened in their childhood that is just absolutely fucked up. Because this guy, he's not just gay. There's something more going on there, and it's when it's this extreme. It's not just some random, he didn't get the toy he wanted. There's something bigger. And
I always think about like
Darkseid
Phil and him not getting the Wolverine doll from his mom, like being like
action figure.
The action figure.
What?
Like people are like bringing back like, why if his mom would have bought that action figure for DSP? Maybe he would have never turned out to be this way.
It's never something that petty, though.
Well, good, then I got my Mario plushie when I was 6.
Oh boy.
But it's just like, due to this, that when children when people do sexual stuff to children and they get fucked up, and some of them turn into sexual predators and pedophiles themselves because of that, it kind of makes it look like vampirism. If a vampire bites someone and that person turns into a vampire. Or zombie plague or something, I don't know.
Yeah, I saw that in JoJo.
Is that a JoJo reference?
Oh.
Yes.
I don't know. I have not watched JoJo, and I don't want to.
Okay, well, obviously, Vertus Joe takes anime very seriously. And,
Too seriously?
And his politics also connects with that in some weird...
I feel like this is like a very disingenuous way to like talk about like the Florida bill that he is very obviously referencing right now.
Yes.
Like, all these weirdos are talking about like, oh, you can't talk about the gay. No, the purpose of that is that like it shouldn't be spread to a certain age group when they're way too impressionable to make a difference of like, why is it weird to talk about it?
This stuff.
Yes, we had preschool teachers that tried to talk to the children about masturbation and gave them homework about masturbation.
Oh dear.
We had gay and lesbian teachers that talked to their kids in 1st to 3rd grade about what they did with their homosexual spouse on the weekend. All of that shit. Like, no, that stuff has no place in the classroom. And I'll go even further. The private life of the teacher has no place in the classroom, whatever it entails.
Like, I remember that even talking about like elections was forbidden. Not so much nowadays. Like what? Like I remember I was like 5th. Is in 5th grade, yeah. And the teacher said that like, well, you can't really talk about that. Like the class isn't for that.
Thankfully, here it was against the law. Just that the children usually didn't know about that, so the teachers try to politicize the children anyway, and usually to the left.
And then came people like Lives of TikTok helping to expose all that shit. Thankfully.
Mm-hmm.
And then they doxed her.
And then she's back again.
All right.
Of course, they try to dox her.
They've suspended her twice.
They're also trying to. We have people with widely known names in Germany that are trying to say that East Germany was right wing.
East Germany.
Yes.
Because
it was an authoritarian dictatorship. So East Germany and Stalin and Mao was all right wing. Basically, all socialism that fails is right wing.
Authoritarianism is right wing, I guess.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Let's go.
Sexual, but a straight one is fine. Yeah, you know the type of people. The quartering ass niggas. I don't care, but I'ma still make a video ass niggas. Yeah. I mentioned how it seemed niggas were very confused with why they didn't like this movie, and that's because the reasoning as to why they didn't like it not necessarily kept changing, but different people as a collective kept saying different things that all made no sense in varying degrees and just made the next point less and less believable. It's like they kept getting facts thrown at them and that.
You know what you could do? Instead of you talking about cognitive dissonance, you fucking liar, you could have watched one of our streams about the fucking movie.
He's never gonna bother with any of this.
Yeah, but I mean, he's just completely misrepresenting everyone while not even bringing up a single valid point that anyone made.
This guy doesn't give a fuck. Like he makes these videos on the whim. Like, he doesn't need to edit too much. Like, all he has to do is just use the exact same reaction shots, the same dialogue as well. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm willing to bet, like, he has a section in his script that, like, is like, oh, this guy was... He doesn't make any variations.
Yeah.
Because I have watched, like, 5 of his videos, and all of them always begin with the same intro, thing, related... And people are dumb and going on to my point and like tell them how uneducated they are.
Maybe
never basing it on anything that would prove them otherwise.
Well, he brought up the quartering, and the quartering, as far as I remember, I haven't watched him in years. He just reads an article, and then he gives his opinion on it.
He's like very low hanging fruit for all these people to base it on. Like I wanna how would he react to the video that ER made? Because it was very spot on, 6 minutes long. It has like all the things that like you can complain about the movie, like the major points. Like if he was watching that, and he can't even like call him that like a white person and like possibly like straight or whatever, like because like he's a black Jew. Like how the fuck are you gonna address that? Seriously, none of that matters really. Like he's never gonna like, go genuinely at a person or any of those topics. He doesn't care. He's doing it all as a grift.
Yeah, I would like to see an actual, wouldn't say a cartoon channel, but like a Disney fan for the past 40 years or so, and they would talk about why the film isn't good compared to other Disney films. Stuff like that. I think that'd be pretty easy to do, to find a fan or super fan or a cartoonist to say why this film doesn't work. It's really easy. And he's like, no, it's good because I said so, and it's got stuff in this, and you're like, that's
bullshit.
That's a reason to like a film. Like all films have stuff and it looks good and whatever. It's the storytelling. It's the actual connection between the characters and what they're trying to do and the message for kids and all these other values that are obvious to parents. And as soon as you have these parental values in place or you understand how society works, you go, wait a second, this is no longer fun. You're telling kids to be a bunch of weirdos and shirk responsibility. That's not right. And everyone knows that. So you do not take this idealized young lady who's got everything going for her. She's really smart. She's really talented. She's on time. She's really strict, or not strict. She's very serious. And then to suddenly turn that on its head and tell us she's happier now or show us she's happier now because she likes to dance? Like, what's the message there? Was she sad before? Nope. There was no distance between those two events of before and after. She had a great life, and then she realized she had some weird magical power, and then she started jumping around at a boy band concert and crushed some people or whatever. And then that's that. That's the whole story. And you're like, that was it? That was the message? Jump up and down, have a good time? That's not a very good message. It could be a fun, stupid movie, but if that's all it is, then no one cares. It won't make any money. It's a fun, stupid video that it could have been a mini series or just could have been a stupid little short video on Pixar's reel.
This thing would have made more sense without the magic powers and just doing some slice of life stuff.
Maybe. I don't know. I try, if you take away the whole background with the panda and it's just a girl trying to get tickets to a concert, then you'd be like, interesting, okay. Where would that go? I don't know. You have to actually like develop a story, and that's up to interpretation. So anyway, Porcelainus the Fourth, thanks again. The world is going soft. Okay, in my day, if the teacher came to the classroom and told us, kids, I am gay or trans, or tried to push that, we would have started clapping while chanting faggot, faggot over and over again. We made a sub-quit. True story. Wow. Yeah, no, when I was growing up, my class, I was in grade 3. We were really bad. We had the principal come talk to us twice.
Principal Skinner.
So
I remember.
We had to get reprimanded, and we were, okay, we're gonna not piss off anyone anymore. Understood. We got.
I remember. We once had a substitute teacher. I don't remember his name because he was there only for 1 hour, and we were the most well-behaved class in the fucking school. Everybody wanted to teach us because we weren't making any problems and were in the A grade range, most of us. And there was this one guy who, I don't even know what it was supposed to be, that he was substituting for, maybe English, I don't know. I really don't remember. And this guy had so little presence. We were so much of a beta that even our class, that always did as told, never made any problems, didn't behave. This really seems to be this psychological hierarchy thing that you pick up on. Because I wasn't taking him seriously, and I usually just followed along with the teacher just to not be bothered by the teacher. But that guy I couldn't take seriously. And he had this lispy voice, shaven head, and at the end he ran out crying, massaging his temples and crying, "My nerves!" I'm not kidding. He said it exactly like that. "My nerves!" And ran out of the room. And you know what? Nobody believed him that we were misbehaving.
Really?
Because everybody knew us as the class that works, and this guy's was such a wimp. Holy fuck!
Working with kids
that was
is
a new
different
low bar
than working with high school students, as well as working with special needs kids. Like it's all different.
I think that was 9th grade or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's the beginnings of high school.
Yeah, but come on, we weren't rebels. We were the nice kids.
Okay. All right.
The
Anyway,
bullying that happened at our place was mostly psychological.
in case you guys don't know, we are speeding down this video, so it does play a little slower. So we're only at 3 minutes and a half.
So the video itself is longer as well.
Yeah,
so we have a chance at understanding what he's mumbling.
It makes it 25% longer, so I don't know how far we're going to go. Again, we've cut short these videos before because it's Veritas Joe. He doesn't say anything, and he swears a lot, and it's boring.
He sucks.
Very much doubt he understands how to apply cognitive dissonance here because it doesn't fit the topic.
Yeah, so we're still waiting for a point, and then we'll probably latch onto that and talk for a bit. But right now we're just sort of like, let's get to it.
Cognitive dissonance, which is beating the ass over and over again. The more and more people debunk shit, the more and more different goalposts came up, and the more and more dumb shit I had to hear all before, again, the movie even came out. I can see why people don't ever interact with any of this, because it's always all nonsense, and I hate it so much. Like you niggas, real life make me sick. And if I was a smart person, I'd get into those points like now, because that's what the video is about, even though the movie came out like months ago. Now that's what I'm gonna do. Like now.
Are you ready, Cosmo? Are you ready? Are you ready?
And the animal gas flow.
Yes, I'm waiting. Points, please.
Are you ready?
I was filming him for the video. I said I was filming him for the video. Yeah, cause he like
moving on.
Very integral part of the video essay.
Dog.
Now, apparently, according to some Bird app users, this movie is not a good.
Some Bird app what?
Bird app? I didn't understand.
Let me try that again.
I was filming him for the video. Yeah, cause he's a very integral part of the video essay. Now, apparently, according to some Bird app users, this movie is not a good look.
Bird app.
Bird app.
No idea.
Twitter. He
Bird
doesn't want
app
to
user?
Twitter.
Bird app. Twitter.
Bird app user?
Yeah.
Was that it?
Yep.
Just say Twitter or whatever.
Pronounce your words, please, Mr. Educated.
Well, we are going 25% slower, so I'm maybe he was slowing down properly. I don't know.
No, Matthias, that is not autism. This is retardation.
All right.
Literally. He's emotionally immature at 21. That is emotional retardation. It's just another word for it.
Okay.
One. Yes, the Disney Pixar movie doesn't look good. I've seen a lot of people shit on this movie for looking like the modern cartoons of the day that people hate so much. That's all because of the bean mouth. Oh, you niggas hate it. Your small better be sharper than the edge of a goddamn table, else these niggas gonna jump you about it. You know how every wanna be different nigga says the new shit out is the death of animation and we're past our prime and they've only seen like Teen Titans Go? Yeah, y'all niggas dumb. Clarence go to this fuck. If you unironically think that this GIF is on model and prove something, leave this video right now.
It does
I can't
prove
help you and I just won't. I don't have
But
the
that's the least
patience
of it.
or the brain power.
So wait a second. He's saying this is if you think this way, you're wrong. It's like, how are we wrong? Prove it. You can't just say you're
No,
wrong.
he just states things. He just makes claims.
Yeah, you can't
He
just
doesn't
say,
prove anything.
we're all wrong because I said so. You have to say, you're wrong because of X, Y, Z. There you go. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, and the visuals is the least problem of the movie. Like, Luca had the bean mouth style, but it did it in a subtle way. You didn't really notice it. Luca looked fine.
That was very colorful, too, yeah. All right. Here is Boris Linus the Fourth one more time. Bird app is slang for Twitter, yeah. Oh my god, he talks like this one kid at my high school who was known colloquially as the piss trooper because he had a thing where he'd go to the bathroom and on everything except the toilet, he never got in trouble for it. Wow. That's kind of weird. You mean he had aim issues or he just started urinating? Anyway. A little gross, but okay. Fair enough.
Now, why did this stupid shit do numbers? I mean, my nigga Johnny raced with the shit out.
What do you mean with it did numbers?
What numbers?
You mean the tweet?
Because it can't mean the box office.
Yeah, So this had 100,000 likes. Okay. What exactly? Yeah, Pixar fell off so fucking hard. Like, what the fuck even is that? Yeah, okay, that got likes. Yeah, I understand that part. Animation Twitter is so fucking embarrassing. I don't know why you say that, because the movie did suck ass. From when is this video?
This video came out this month.
Oh my god.
This nigga effortlessly, but initially it still did numbers, and it's like, what do you mean? Shit, what's this about?
I would be embarrassed to have my name attached to this project. I'd legitimately ask to have my name removed from the credits. This is bad, and everyone involved should feel bad. I agree.
This happens with
Well,
movies all the time.
I mean, this whole thing is just a big, fat, fancy therapy box.
Yeah, but it wasn't supposed to be a B movie.
You'd be embarrassed because your name's attached to the Pixar movie about middle school girls. That's been the most expressive I've seen these movies look in a while.
No, because the movie seems to promote pedo shit. That's why.
And there's no message if not a good message. So why would you
the message is bad.
Why would you want your kids to watch it? Like even watching
if you're out of luck, this movie undoes parenting.
Yeah, even watching Saturday morning cartoons would have a moral or good versus bad, something that is like, oh, heroic, vice versus virtue, like that sort of thing. This is just a bunch of kids who want to go to a concert. Okay.
Freakazoid has better morals.
Oh yeah, Freakazoid is great. Boris Linus the Fourth. No, Piss Trooper didn't have aim issues. He was just an absolute goblin who would piss on everything. The door handle, the floor, the wall, the toilet paper, the sink. An incident like him was called golding it. Holy hell. If that happened in a public, in a grade school bathroom,
how was this guy not institutionalized?
Yeah, that would be like, okay, I just walked in there. There's urine everywhere. Who did this? And then we'd all know who it was because, that guy got called to go to the bathroom and then they'd sit him down. That would not fly. I don't know where you're from, but that would not fly where I was growing up at all. Jeez.
Yeah. And since he's still on the CalArts trip, in the olden days with Hanna-Barbera, which is mainly the same animation style, that was done because it was supposed to be cheap. That's why they kept reusing animations all the time. Just put them in front of different backgrounds.
Yes,
there was a money issue. CalArts is not a money issue.
Mike, you're saying?
At least the Hanna-Barbera stuff has its charms here and there. This thing, where is the charm? You have no excuse for why it's this cheap looking. Don't give me the
like
it moves.
Fooling around, and they aren't taking it seriously. Like all of them are just self-aware how cringe they are.
Like I've heard an excuse of, it moves smoother if you make it look. No. No. Change it back, damn it.
I think the story was more aligned with the audience. The animation, the frames, the quality, that would be like a secondary consideration. I think that would be like, oh, it's okay. I just like the characters so much. I want to see what they do next. So all this technology, hundreds of millions of dollars and shit story. That's what we get. The one story I want to know about with Toronto, I was like, oh, cool, Toronto. I was like, nope, it sucks. No.
Just, you can make the greatest story and you're focusing on your body functions. What a waste of time and money. Yeah, damn it.
Yeah, the analogy or the metaphor for growing into adolescence as a woman or as a girl is like, fine, great. We get it. It's obvious. But that's it? That's the only unique thing you got with your story? A symbolism? You got to do more than that. Kids are smart. They're not that stupid.
Wow. Yeah, this shows that Pixar fell off. Now, I'd love to know what they meant by this, because if it refers to the quality of Pixar movies as of late, 1, no. 2, niggas seem to be fine with Luca Mitchell versus the Machine, and niggas definitely wasn't talking shit.
Well, I mean, this thing just looks like low-budget Lupin.
And still ended up being better than Turning Red.
What is this? I haven't heard of
the bad guys.
Movie.
Yeah,
it's just
by DreamWorks.
All right, here's Porcelainus the Fourth again. The thing with Hanna-Barbera, they had a limited budget, so they instead focused on the writing of the jokes, which is why many of the jokes, I'd argue, still hold up. Turning Red, the only thing that will hold up is the 9/11 memes. They hit the Pentagon. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wanted to mention Flintstones, because Flintstones is bloody amazing.
Yeah,
but it unfortunately has a shitty comment.
Yeah, you have to make these stories, either they're simple enough to understand, like, I don't know, G.I. Joe or Transformers back in the day, or there's something clever about them because the writers are limited to what they can do. And that's why we talk about the real Ghostbusters with J. Michael Straczynski, who's a great writer, but he was making Captain Power, Soldiers of the Future, and She-Ra, and all these other cartoons for kids, so he had to limit
the old She-Ra,
the original. Yeah, exactly. So these guys are good writers, but they're writing it for kids. You can't just start being Shakespearean. You can't just start going crazy. Although he did do a little bit of fun stuff in the real Ghostbusters. That's why it was so cool and intelligent. And the animation for those things were not, or even the production value of Captain Power was like kind of kitschy for being a futuristic sci-fi post-apocalyptic world or whatever the hell it was. It was fun. It was for kids. Like, wow, it was crazy. So you got to know your audience. You got to know how to communicate to them effectively, which is pretty much the job of any writer. You're not there to write complicated terms with massive poetic stanzas. You have to have interesting ideas told in an entertaining way, and that's for your demographic or your genre. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Anyway, yeah, the animation, bad.
Guys, and they all have the dreaded bean mouth. 3, Lightyear. It looks good. 4, if this is first to the art.
Okay,
it's
just a trailer. How can you just say it looks good? Is that all you gonna say? Like, visually, it looks good. It doesn't mean like we already have an argument like to make that like we have watched through the entire movie. Not myself, but like, I've seen like enough from the second part to not even make a judgment to like watch the first one. But it's bad. Like, you just see it, and it's so simple. Like, you just see that like this is the evolution of Pixar. It's just so simplistic.
It's only a few effects above the Kung Fu Panda show.
Yeah, the Kung Fu Panda show. It's more competent. Like, it doesn't have all the animation budget, but at least like it moves the same way, essentially.
Hey, at least the Kung Fu Panda show doesn't have to rely on time travel for its plot to work.
Yeah.
The moment they mentioned that, I just knew this film is going to be shit.
All right, here's...
Wait, they use time travel?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
What? I forgot that part. What? Where is that?
Let's find out when the
No, I know. Mike Tester needs to explain.
what.
How do I put it? In the trailer, Buzz goes through during one of the tests. He goes through like a time warp, and
Oh, I
now
thought you were
basically
talking
everyone from
about-
his past are dead.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Turning Red.
No, that would make it even worse.
Yeah. Turmoil.
Worse? Better.
Turmoil. Bruh, don't you dare diss the bad guys?
I don't know about this movie. That's why I asked about it.
Is that a movie?
No, I think
I'm not dissing it.
Yeah, it is
no,
a
I think
movie.
they're referring to me.
I have no idea about it.
Is that new?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But I doubt Veritas shows paying for his movies.
Don't worry about it. Let's not.
That's
No,
why,
I know-
That's why
I know
they
I'm not
go
gonna-
broke. Because the target audience isn't paying for it.
Yeah.
You can just get it from Disney Plus. Like it's a subscription. You
Right.
watch all you want.
Okay. Anyway. Whew. We're not even halfway done.
You just got it from the 1 month free trial.
You think this guy pays for his subscription?
I don't care. Let's just move on.
Let's go. Yeah.
Style that so many people have been saying they weren't a fan of. Funny little thing about this movie. If you're one of those anime niggas who say that all modern cartoons look uninspired while not speaking on the millions of forgettable lookalike anime, you're gonna be a bit dumbfounded when you realize the movie is literally
That is not an argument. Like just because like someone
Straw
likes
man.
anime, it doesn't mean that they like all of them. It's
Also straw man. I don't think anyone makes that argument. It's definitely not that way.
I never seen anyone who says like I watch all of them. I met like a guy who saw like thousands upon thousands of different series, and even he said like there's like Lupin the Third that he hates, and that's it. Like he otherwise like watched everything else. I think it maybe like what was like Detective Conan. Conan? Yeah, Conan.
Yeah.
That's the one that like he didn't follow because it's just goes to infinity with the episodes. Otherwise,
How can you
never
not
met
like
any
Lupin?
of those people.
Unbelievable. No, also with this.
Where
with
are all
this,
those people coming from?
Style. This all looks the same style. Blah de blah. Ghibli has a very distinct style, and we like Ghibli's movies. That has nothing to do with it. This is he's putting up a straw man here.
I would say
Maybe a
Ghibli's
multi-straw man.
movies are like they have the issue that they look the same, character design wise, but they do distinct themselves from the rest. That's definitely a point. Yeah.
All right. Not even halfway done. We're working ourselves as best we can here, but not sure.
I hope he brings up a relevant point.
Yeah, that'd be nice. He's just getting angry at people for their opinions, which is weird, but fine.
For no reason.
anime inspired. The dicky and be insane, so let's hope y'all keep the same energy.
That is something I hate too. That like, oh, it's anime inspired, so I have
So
to
that
like it
means
now.
it's good.
I don't see that with this
Doesn't
movie.
make it good.
Yeah.
Like, I love Cowboy Bebop, but it doesn't mean that I'm gonna love everything that's coming from Asia.
Mm-hmm.
The worst they could do is put Violence Jack in a kids movie.
Oh, God.
I was
Oh,
inspired
God.
by Violence Jack, so I decided to make my
Oh,
new
no.
Pixar film about the apocalypse. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, probably not a good idea.
To this little Ghibli inspired movie. And if you somehow lie to say these look like shit to try and defend your point, you're just an idiot. Fuck, this Ghibli inspired movie looks
See what I mean? He's just, this is all he does, and this is why we
That
stop,
is-
because he just insults people who he's not even. We don't even know who he's attacking here. There's this group of people that disagree with him, and they're
He puts up a straw man, claims there's phantom people who believe in that straw man, and calls them assholes.
Yeah, we're talking about millions of viewers who either watched the film or looked at clips and say, this is not for me. And these people are horrible people because they also like anime. And may not like Ghibli or whatever, and there's lots of people who don't like Ghibli. So it's like, what? Dude?
Does he like think that like those people watch the movie and they're like, oh, I remember from the Ghibli movie that this happened, so like I'm gonna automatically love this? No, they just gotta watch it for what it is, and for what it is, it's a really empty movie with horrible lessons, no repercussions.
Did they say it was Ghibli inspired? Because I don't see that.
Yeah, supposedly the director said that, yes, in the interview.
I don't think the director saw any of those movies.
Well, the art style doesn't match it, so.
Maybe she saw the Chinese bootleg version of it. Hong Kong 97.
Yeah.
The only anime reference I see are the ugly grimaces the girl makes when she's under the bed, and those are not good-looking ones. They're not funny, they're just repulsive. They don't make you like the character. It's just, God, what a horrible girl.
All right, let's keep going.
Light years better than the first 3D Ghibli movie, so sucks to suck, nigga.
Oh, come on, that's the first time, you know.
What? First 3D Ghibli movie?
Well, if that's their first, you know, cut them some slack. It's, you know.
What?
First time?
I can't think of one. What's the first 3D Ghibli movie?
Is he trying to say Turning Red is that because it's inspired by Ghibli, allegedly?
What?
I don't know. I don't follow.
I just showed it a moment
I don't
ago.
know.
Forget it. Sorry.
What was the other movie he just showed?
Their first 3D Ghibli movie. Or Ghibli's first 3D movie.
What's it called, though? That's my question.
But I really tried making one?
Yeah, Earwig.
There are more Ghibli movies beyond The Wind Rises.
What?
Okay, that I don't get that now.
Wind Rises is the last Miyazaki Ghibli movie.
Okay.
When niggas started making fun of the dumb people pretending this movie looks bad, said niggas then resulted to pretending the issue was them criticizing Disney as if they care about brands.
You can criticize almost any movie, game, book, and comic and be as mean-spirited as you want. But as soon as you attack a Disney product, then everyone loses their minds.
Buddy,
Yes, we have seen
That is
that time
true.
to time.
I have people are appalled when I tell them that I don't like Disney movies in general. There's exceptions, like The Sword and the Stone, I like that one. But most of the Disney movies I can't stand.
I get the same when I'm say like I don't like most of Miyazaki's movies.
Well, they're not all amazing, that is true.
Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 of them.
But Disney, I in general, I can't stand them. I don't like the animation. I don't like the character design. The pacing is horrible. The writing is superficial. The jokes are often not very good. They're basically... And as the years progress, the songs get worse, and I was never a fan of the songs. It's just personally, I think Disney is overrated.
All right. Well, I'm not sure if he's trying to deal with criticism that he's about to make or why he brought that up, but okay. I mean, sure.
I know it's hard to admit you said a stupid thing, and that's okay, but you said a stupid thing. People are
what is he talking about?
What's a stupid thing?
Not liking Disney?
Joe, you are the type of person who always randomly shits on everything when people don't share your opinion.
It's like saying every production studio can do no wrong. It's silly.
That's literally what we covered a while back with the Ink Tank videos. Like, yeah, this is how they're getting away with it.
I remember saying Rockstar as a game studio makes pretty consistent products, or they patch them up to make them work or whatever. There are probably some games that aren't as hits, but they're still playable, like the bully game, I think.
Yeah.
LA Noire was a broken kind of. They published, even though I don't think they made most of it, but they took it and developed it.
Yeah, that was mainly Team Bondi.
Right. So,
But that all changed when they decided to remaster the 3D trilogy, and knowing for a fact that it was going to sell no matter what, they published utter dog shit.
Yeah, so like no studio is perfect, and that was back in the day. It was Blizzard, Rockstar, and what was the other one?
Oh, there was a brief time Blizzard was perfect.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they would take years and years to release a game, and like, oh wow, it's really good. And now it's like, okay, we've seen that you make mistakes. You don't provide all the quality you used to provide.
And now you're destroying your old stuff.
And yeah, then we get all those stupid like video game movies, and World of Warcraft is, I wouldn't say dead, but it's just not what it used to be. And all the huge fans of the game are gone or moved on. So no publishing house is perfect. That's fine. But we need specific examples why. You can't just say, oh, because if you say it's bad, you're horrible. It's like, what?
Shitting on you not because you insulted a Disney movie and hurt their oh so precious brand. They're shitting on you because you said something stupid. And
that's very true. That is why we criticize you.
Yeah.
I was about to say, it's like, yeah, you're describing what we do to you. Because you're saying something stupid right now.
Generalizations.
You basically haven't said a single intelligent thing so far.
Strawmanning. Having an opinion,
projection, he's attacking phantoms.
Having an opinion of a trailer, which is designed to make you want to see something, and it does the opposite.
Gaslighting is just so much in this guy. He just can't stop.
I like how is it Tyler Preston counting at the number of times he says nigga? He just every time it's like every other sentence almost. Oh boy.
Tyler is doing God's work right
now. Yeah, guys, I can't go through this whole video. We'll get to halfway through, and
we will still not be done with the visual scrap point.
I know, but
I want to hear at least one relevant point of criticism that he's addressing.
Always like to consider if this was like a person who's an expert, and I talk to him in person, and I'm just like, at a bar and we're just talking together. If he would talk to me like this, with this ferocity and this language, I would be like, okay, see ya, I gotta go. Like, that's the kind of feeling I get from him. Like, he's just so intense and weird about stupid shit. You'd be like, dude, no thank you. I can't take you seriously. So, anyway.
Replies, just let it slide. They think this is a correct thing to say. Shit, look at this.
I'd love to see them defend filming Mulan next to a concentration camp, and the Disney execs knew about it.
They did. That happened, and they did. They did know.
The credits.
They literally said so in the credits too.
Thanks to the people of. What was that again? Keep forgetting. Jing something? No, that's somewhere else. I only know where the Tiga.
Xi Jinping?
No,
that's
John Gina.
Oh my bad.
And the walk.
All right, so apparently this is a contentious issue for him. I don't see why. Everyone knew about this. It's kind of silly. It's kind of sad. And especially how bad Mulan was as a film. For them, like if it was a great film, if it was amazing on every metric, we'd be like, "Oh wow, that's a weird bit of trivia that they filmed." And
no, just the fact that it was live action, that alone was gonna make it dog shit.
Well, that's a problem. But if it was actually good, that you'd see like the trivia. Oh, they filmed in the winter, and then they filmed in the summer, and then it's like, oh, okay. Like,
it was all the bad things of Chinese writing combined with all the bad things of Disney writing.
Yeah, and this just adds more crap to the fire. You're like, oh, Jesus.
I couldn't believe what I was watching. If you've watched old Asian movies, like the old, all these martial arts movies from back in the day, before you were born, they have pacing issues, you have trouble understanding what's whose motivation, what's going on, why is anyone affiliated with someone else and so on. That's sometimes a bit messy, and Mulan was like that, and had the pacing issues of Disney movies, and then you had the woke nonsense in it as well, which of course the Chinese wouldn't like. So if you have every element that makes the movie bad, it's amazing.
All right.
Y'all are Olympic gold medalists in reaching. Like what the fuck type of perks are you niggas on?
He's like crying so much about this shit, but he's like going for the low hanging fruits, like the quartering. So like we discussed this previously, but it's amazing. He gets so upset by it, even though they are doing the same shit as what's happening.
What just happened?
What just happened?
I misclicked something. I'm sorry. Where were we? Yeah, I had to reload the browser and then it did random shit. I'm sorry.
All right. Anyway.
We're almost
Like
there.
I like after this, I think. There.
There we go.
Okay, I still don't have it.
All right. There we go.
Reaching. Like what the fuck type of perks are you niggas on? Goddamn fucking perk walkers. Like all y'all do is move goalposts or make up new ones that don't even exist. That'd be hyperbolic and
It exists.
How can you? Okay, when you make a reference to goalpost, you're referencing an argument, and then you reference the argument in a different way with different scope. That's moving the goalpost. This is not an argument. This is just a trivial fact that in the production of that film, they were filming in the area where there were concentration camps of another tribe of Chinese people or whatever. What was it again?
It's the Muslims. Minorities.
Minorities?
Uyghurs.
Yeah.
They put it at the end of the credits like it was a damn gold trophy.
Like the final fight in Mulan, you can see the camp from a distance. They couldn't CGI it out.
Oh, it's in the shot?
It's there. Like when Mulan is running on top of that unfinished building, you can clearly see the camp.
Could have
seen. And like at the end, very end of the credits, you can see them Disney thanking the Chinese government for allowing them to film it in that location. Like even name drop the location.
Oh no! Wait! Look! I figured it out. I know what Disney. This was actually a smart 4D chess move, which allowed Disney to take historical footage of the camp, of evidence that the camp existed, by filming this movie.
Well, I think the
And
problem
writing
is
it in
that
the
like
credits so that we know forever that this really happened, because in 20 years' time, the Chinese government will have fully exterminated the Uyghurs and then claim that there was never a genocide and the Uyghurs never existed, but then we will have the Disney Mulan movie that had filmed the camp and in the credits thanked the Chinese government and to be filming in the Uyghur state thing.
This movie is going to be the evidence that they're going to bring up in the court case.
Yeah. It was just, and it was kept so bad in the hopes that the Chinese would even allow them to film it there. Somehow, like you must think a bit crazy and schizo, but then it starts to make sense. It was all on purpose to film the Uyghurs concentration camp.
Here's JJJ Manis for the 5. How sad is it that Mr. Enter, Turning Red's review, is better than everyone in the cartoon community? Isn't he the guy who mentioned the 9/11 stuff?
Yeah, he's still wrong on the mother being in the wrong there.
Yeah, I
The whole film is the kid's fault.
I didn't see it, so I don't know. But
was Mr. Ender one of those people that liked the movie or hated the movie?
He didn't like the movie.
I think it's the middle or some.
I'm sure there's some elements to the film which are entertaining, and that's fine. It's the overall, what you get out of it is like nothing. This is bad. This is not worth spending your time on if the end result is just like, hey, I'm a girl, I'm going to do girly stuff. And you're like, what? That's it?
This is not girly stuff.
Yeah, well.
That's slut stuff.
That's the problem, yeah. So, this guy is just, hacking up this straw man. We're like, dude.
Really, like none of these Disney movies are for one specific audience. Like imagine that, like, oh, this movie is for girls at this specific age and this specific generation. Like you're really limiting yourself down.
Yeah, the magical general audience doesn't really exist.
All right. I'm going to go for one more minute, at least on the clock, and call it a day, because this is a waste. He is such a waste. He is angry.
Of course it is. It's Veritas Joe.
He is ignorant.
Uh-huh.
He is attacking people that don't exist, or he's not pointing them out. He's saying the quartering. It's like, okay, what did the quartering do and say?
I don't think any of us takes the quartering all too seriously, because while he brings up a thing as one of the first people, he pads his videos out to reach 20 minutes with 14 minutes or more of just babbling.
Well, no,
and
he just reads an article, and he's just like, this is the article. And you're like, okie dokie. And that's fine. You could read articles on your video, but then he'll...
Yeah, but the rest of it is just padding it out with random babble. And that's why it's just, I don't know why people watch him. It's unbearable.
Okay.
For like no reason. But if I jumped on that, I'd just be repeating myself. Keep in mind, all this came out before the movie came out. And then the movie came out. First, you can critique this movie and not sound insane. Let me show you.
Wait, was that your only point you were gonna rebut?
What did he just say?
It's funny how he said, I'm not going to repeat myself. You've been this whole review thing.
Let's try this again.
First, you can critique this movie and not sound insane. Let me show you. I love
So you can't critique this video and not sound insane.
Movie. The movie.
What?
He means the movie. He means Turning Red.
Yeah, we know. But
it's a double negative. It's like
so we can't talk about this movie.
No, I think he was saying something to the effect of, here's how you critique it without sounding insane.
Well, no. He's saying
one, he miseducated, also doesn't know that critique can also be positive.
If you're critiquing this, you do sound insane. That's how he was trying to say. Like, that's just how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, okay, fair enough.
You can't critique this movie without sounding insane.
Exactly. It's a double negative. I know.
There's no other way to interpret that.
Yeah, sentence. I know. That's what he said. Whether he means the opposite, I'm not sure. Yeah. But I think he means...
What he means is, if you say anything negative about the movie, you're wrong and you're dumb.
No, I think if you say anything negative, then you're dumb.
I hear what you did there.
That's a hawk.
Negativity.
That's a hawk pun. That would be the number one hawk pun. But Mark gave it to us. What a gem.
Wherever he is, I'm willing to bet he's talking about 9/11 and... yeah, words. And Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, for sure.
This movie, but it struggles with juggling all those themes at once under a small runtime. May's friends and the other niggas are kind of one note and they don't get shit. May's dad also ain't do nothing and he's like the best character. Also, they fucked up a lot of shit and apparently the government just doesn't give a fuck. Forget 9/11.
What? Forget 9/11.
I do agree
true.
that
they are
dad
trying
is
to
one of
rebuild
the
that
best characters.
stupid stadium.
How's he the best characters? He literally does jack shit throughout the whole film.
All right.
He could have stopped 9/11, but he was just silent.
He just brought up forgetting 9/11. We're like, there's nothing wrong with telling a story post 9/11, even a year later, without referencing 9/11. You could tell stories without 9/11, guys. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's like he's of the type of people who will now forever have to mention January 5.
Oh God.
Oh, that was a fucking. Oh yeah, no, it was
anymore.
6. It was the 6th thing, even though really it was just a day at nothing.
Yeah. Grandma walked into the Capitol. That's what that was.
All right, let's go.
But I think giant panda people are probably more scary. And finally, the most damning thing about both of these movies is realistically no ethnic mom would apologize for being wrong. Now, absolutely.
No effing
mom would apologize for being wrong?
What was the mom wrong for?
What? No, does he mean...
I think he means like,
does he mean? Does he mean this, or was the sarcasm?
I'm quite sure parents have no problems apologizing to people they love.
The insane parents, shitty and narcissistic parents, will not apologize for being wrong. They won't admit being wrong.
Yeah.
Where is show? Did you have a shitty parent?
But where this Joe was just talking to the parent probably in the video, when he was fucking around with his dog.
Maybe he has a very narrow view of parents. I don't know anymore. Just what? No parent? None. You'll never have an apology for a parent.
Would say that they were wrong. No.
Really?
No way.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds like he had narcissistic parents. 2 of them.
Not necessarily. I think they were just retarded.
Oh, no. Wait. He's black, so he had 1 parent, and that was a mom, and that never apologized for being wrong.
We'll go with that. I don't know what he's getting at.
None of that was said by any of these stupid people. Now, as you saw, there is shit this movie can be critiqued for. Once the revelation that you can't shit on this for looking like modern animation because it looks like Eastern animation fell onto these niggas, they started saying dumb shit like this. This tweet was made a day after the movie came out. Like, screenshots and clips are on Twitter. You can clearly see the shit translates well. I'm trying to figure out what exactly translates well though. Like, what does that mean? 3D anime stuff don't look good? I mean, maybe Earwig and the Witch, but not Turning Red. Like, y'all niggas just be saying shit with no elaboration or screenshots. The movie clearly looks good. You're a liar. You're lying to yourself.
Half of this... So first half was just randomly insulting people for not liking the movie. The second half of what we saw so far is still him going on about how the movie looks, which is the least of its problems. It's the tiniest. It's a side issue almost.
Yeah, this is purely cosmetic.
Get to a point.
If
I want to hear the next fucking point.
If there was an actual, okay, the shading doesn't look good or the colors are off, like you can make those arguments. But if someone doesn't like it, they don't like it. That's fair. That's fine.
Yeah, but seriously, the looks are irrelevant. The film has so many other problems in writing. That are the problems of this movie. Like, the looks are really side issues. And he's the one who keeps hammering on about that. Yes, the movie has issues with the visuals, but they're side issues compared to the actual issues of the movie.
All right.
Fucking hell. So stop talking about the fucking visuals. You're the one hung up about them.
All right, let's go.
Probably because it gives you an easy excuse to refute the critics.
Stop lying. All of you like these tweets. Stop lying. Now, there are a lot of people who dug at the movie because it wasn't relatable. Oh boy. Whenever something is presented to them that doesn't fit their own myopic lens on reality and forces them to see life in someone else's shoes, they couldn't give any less of a fuck.
You are the one who has no empathy and is unable to see things from someone else's perspective because you just call everyone who doesn't hold your opinion to be wrong and uneducated. Shut the fuck up.
Now, there's nothing not being able to empathize with this movie, as the human experience is one that's unique and results in a variety of different scenarios. But to use that as a critique against the movie...
You say all those words, but I don't think you understand what they mean.
It's kind of fucking stupid. I'm definitely repeating myself here, but minorities get representation because the majority...
All right, we're done.
Why?
Minorities? Yes, he just jumped to
victim card.
Hey, Chinese. Let's have it's good because it's Chinese. Like, no, you twit. That has nothing to do with the story or the animation or whatever.
Yeah, it's not a point of quality.
And he was repeating himself. It's I don't remember him saying this before, but I don't think this is relevant. And we're at the halfway mark anyway, and I don't think we need to continue because he's just going to keep talking like this. He's going to keep swearing and calling people stupid, calling them uneducated, and he's going to say, look, if you just don't like the Asians, you're a whatever. And you're like, what?
I want to hear another point from him, an actual point.
Not me. Like, nope.
I'm good.
We should have funny memes.
We should. I don't know. This is every time we come. I get tired of him. I can only take so much. There's really no point. We're not going to learn anything. He's just an angry little man who likes anime and bad anime or whatever anime he likes. I don't know. Badly animated anime. Whatever his standards are. Obviously not the same as the people he criticizes. Oh boy. Like these memes already. We are watching a mumbler mumbling. Yep. Not a mumbler. He is just a speed talker.
He's a speed mumbler.
Yeah. Me seeing Veritas Joe's stupid face. I don't know, when was that in the video? Because right at the start or when he was petting his dog? I can't remember. Around there.
Oh, that was his reaction to Veritas Joe.
I don't understand why people give money to this idiot.
The movie was bland, even with magic involved. Even if it's Disney, it followed every modern CalArts trope imaginable. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Here is Joey. Cuck Joey? That's his Twitter handle?
Yes, that's his handle.
And he said, "I'll fuck your mom" to the quartering. What an intelligent, educated,
nice guy.
mature fellow this guy. I'm sure all his opinions. You know what? We're done with Veritas Joe. We're not covering any more of his videos.
What an intelligent rebuttal.
This guy is a waste of our time.
Finally!
Blacklist.
Rosa Red Harambe is in heaven. Everyone knows Bush. Oh my
No, shush. Shush. Do not finish that.
God. Jesus.
Moving on.
9/11?
He evaded Iraq under false pretenses.
Oh, May, you get out of that little airplane this instant.
That's funnier than the entire movie put together.
Mm-hmm.
Smud is Canadian. That's why I don't think it has anything to do with me being Canadian. I think if you are brought up properly, I think that's more to do with having good manners. Maybe my schooling, but that's you get that anywhere.
Imagine you being brought up by Veritas Joe's parents.
Oh no, let's not do that. POV. You groom vulnerable children.
This is a character generator that is used by SJWs.
Really?
And Matthias
to put these absolutely despicable rainbow letter soup things together.
If you get rid of those backgrounds and some of the shirts, I think it should be fine. It looks, no big deal.
Yeah, but Smart. This thing has been made to have the horrible shirts and to have the horrible background flags.
Oh.
That's what it exists for.
On purpose!
To take
really.
what
They
it was
just
made
find
for,
it.
Smart.
All right. Here's the She-Ra reboot showrunner. Showrunner Noelle Stevenson has always been a fan of science fiction and fantasy. As a kid, she loved it all: the epic space battles, the magic, the quests, and that seemed larger than life. But there was a problem with her favorite childhood stories, like Star Wars and The Lord of the Rings. I never quite saw myself reflected in them. Certainly not at the heart of the story. Wow, are you even human? The reasons why Star Wars...
This is how a narcissist talks.
Well, I think she's trying to sell her product. If you don't connect with Luke and
All
Leia...
talk like this, Smart.
No.
All of them, even when they're not the creators.
I honestly think these people are selling a product, and all these interviews are just selling, hey, I do good stuff. I'm pitching to my audience, or I'm pining to my audience to please buy my thing.
Smart. Veritas Joe just went on about exactly this projection shit.
Okay.
That people need to be able to see themselves in the stories. That's why we need to make minorities and women into the stories as the heart of the story. This is exactly that, because they have no empathy. They cannot understand characters that don't look like them.
Two people can have the same weird ideology and be different personalities. I think that's pretty obvious. So
I don't think people with narcissism have personalities.
Yeah,
they have their disorder.
You're just assuming they all do, right? You're just saying this person also has narcissism. And Veritas Joe, who the hell knows what the hell he has? I couldn't even tell you. He's just...
I think it's only one of the things that he has.
Narcissism is what we call the baseline of how emotional immaturity manifests.
That is part of it. But for someone making a product, doing an interview, talking about their love of something, they at least have a passion. They have a heart in something. Even if they're... Like, I could have a passion in anime and want to be
the guy who made Thunder
and suck at drawing. Like I could absolutely blow, but I could still get a job if these guys hire me and do a really shit job drawing whatever I wanted to draw. So maybe it's a thing with personality. Maybe it's a thing with ideology. I don't really know. But you can't just jump to the conclusion that she has a personality disorder.
I'm not jumping.
Well,
I'm drawing.
Okay, I was just watching the Johnny Depp trial yesterday about the whole Goldwater principle, and I was like, all right, it's fair enough. You have to be an actual psychologist or psychiatrist to diagnose.
No, you're misunderstanding the rule.
Yeah.
Actual psychologists aren't supposed to do these sorts of diagnoses. I'm saying I'm describing the behavior, and I'm saying that correlates with these words. There's no diagnosis for emotional immaturity.
That's a
way.
better
That's just
response.
a term.
Yeah, the correlation's a better response.
What these people show are narcissistic traits. Just use shorthand. I'm sorry if that confuses anyone. I'm not actually
let's just move
diagnosing
on with
anyone.
names. We are talking about happy things now.
Veritas Joe, when he rambles about the quartering or anyone else without bringing up any points to back up his claims. My source is that I made it the fuck up. You have to have Armstrong in there. Okay. What's this? There weren't a lot of women. Oh, this is the same comment from before. Of course, there's the interstellar rebel Princess Leia and Nazgul slaying Eowyn. But Stevenson wanted a female version of Luke Skywalker and a terror-inducing femme Lord Sauron. Okay.
So knockoffs.
Because she wanted to be able to see herself as the villain that wants to destroy and subjugate the world.
I'm not against these ideas. That's totally fine. You want to have a female cast that does the same thing that you like. Well, that's fine. Who cares?
No, this tells us what she wants to see herself as in the story.
If you want to feminize characters or turn them female and make a story about that and switch around names and change their personalities, that's fine. I don't care. So when she started writing stories of her own, she made sure kids like her felt seen in more ways than one. Yeah, whatever. I know I'm not the only one that first ever crush on a female character was Velma. I think it's important to know that this is an okay way to be. You don't have to hide.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Velma was just a nerd girl. She was just a smart girl.
That's fine.
Whoever claimed that it's not okay to be like Velma? Who said that?
Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird, but again,
people are crazy. They live in a world made up of straw men and phantoms.
And they kidnap the character.
They're delusional. This woman is delusional.
Her graphic novel in 2015 called Nimona was a National Book Awards finalist, and her series Lumberjanes won 2 Eisner Awards. All right.
What the fuck is an Eisner Award?
Oh, it's the.
What does it even mean?
It's for writing in excellence for was it the UK or the States? I can't remember what it was for.
States.
The next Miyazaki, a Veritas Joe film, 5 N-words per second. That's weird. Oh boy. Oh dear.
I mean, come on. Like he said, these that many.
After we slowed it down, yeah, it's pretty good. I know the perfect counter to a giant red panda. Communist detected on American soil, lethal force engaged by Liberty Prime. That
the new Transformer.
That would make sense if we had the Fallout universe and they had some mutant red panda creatures. Yeah, perfect. That could work. Wisp's 9th grade teacher. And what? It's burning my nerves. Please, for the love of God, make it stop. And then Creel melts with the power of a million exploding suns, atom by atom, dissolving into photons and neutrons and solar wind. You already know he'll be back.
He was never back.
Okay. Beyond thought, away big gay, disappear you queer, surrender transgender, in a while pedophile. Wow. You might be an autism parent if your children can learn more from computers and television than they can from human interaction.
Yeah.
I think the computer has pretty much revolutionized how we teach our children. So.
No, not revolutionized. It's made things worse.
Okay. They hit the effing pentagon. It's great.
But at least the kid has a ThinkPad.
Virgin N-word user Chad 911 N-worder. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, stop.
9.
Veritas Joe might need a few more piercings. I think that would really brighten up his face. Why should we stop time travel starter pack? Buzz Lightyear, Loki, and the Avengers Endgame. Yeah, okay.
They all have one thing in common, and that's they don't know how to properly use time travel.
Oh my God, Hawk, what's this going on here?
Why do
Well,
you kill
Endgame-
yourself, Hawk? I don't understand this one.
Endgame's kind of worse with it because they conflate time travel with the multiverse when they're not the same thing.
Yeah.
Lamau, look at how angry you are. Okay. My effing leg.
Shit, my fucking leg.
Oh, the doggy.
Yeah, look, that would
Miguel?
Gingerman, you assume that Marvel knows the law of Marvel.
Anymore, at least.
All right. We have a picture of Turning Red and Fiona. Fair enough.
They are the same picture because they have the bean mouth, except they don't.
Yeah.
Fiona is a proper 3D model.
Yeah, and she had character.
George Bush,
Like,
when George
DreamWorks only
Herbivore
had the
walks in.
eyebrow.
Har har. Shut up, my dad works for the flag and can get your entire neighborhood addicted to opium. Okay.
For the British government.
British.
Yeah, I was like, what does that have to do with opium? I don't know. Turning Red. Wow, a movie about growing up. Chinese girl sells herself to watch a show. Yeah.
For the same song that was playing in the montage, no less.
She-Wreck.
Eh.
Banjo.
What?
What?
In the game over for Banjo Kazooie, if Gruntilda successfully switches with Tootie, and now Gruntilda Tootie looks like shit.
Oh, yeah.
Gruntilda.
I actually find this fun. I love it.
Yeah, it's Gruntilda, the witch.
Yes.
See, in France they call it Nigo. So.
Nijo.
Niju.
Niju.
So, ice pack is a knife. School nurse is a big man person. Kid dying of frostbite. What the hell is happening?
Here, I'll help you.
Death.
Oh dear.
You're describing German mental health.
Being a red panda sucks, but do you know what's worse? 9/11. Yeah. Can't argue with that. We're just being hip with the kids.
Rick and Morty.
We might have stolen fan art. Villainizing child stars from the past is fine.
And then fucking Big Mouth popped up in that film. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
That is so specific, sir.
Now,
that is all from the Chip and Chap movie?
that was in the Chip and Dale movie, Wisp. That at the moment that popped up, I'm like, I must be imagining, check the credits. It's Big Mouth. It's a Big Mouth character.
All of it. This is all in one. All in. Oh, God.
All in the same movie.
It's all true.
Rick and Morty shit. There's Randy from South Park in there. It's like, why is he doing in this movie?
Hawk, black font on black background, not a good combination. Okay. Being a kid is pretty hard sometimes, especially when you have so many unanswered questions regarding the 9/11 Commission report.
No.
Just so we're clear, is that a
Yes, it is.
popsicle or is that?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So he's not stuffing.
Can you see his background? Do you know where he bought that?
At a candy store? I don't know what the hell.
Look
I
at the
think
background.
it's Spencer's. It's a Spencer's, I believe.
I thought that was felt, so I was like, maybe you stuff his face full of whatever.
No, Smart. Look at the background.
Don't care.
Look where
I
he
can't
is.
Tell. It's lingerie. What is that? Silk?
He's in a porn store
If you
where he
say-
bought ice cream from the ice box in the porn store that has penis popsicles
Good.
in rainbow
He
colors.
can do whatever he wants with his time. I'm proud of him. Okay.
We will never cover him again.
Yeah, I don't. It's a faded memory already. It's a memory of a memory. I can't even recall his name.
Like an ex-girlfriend.
This is. Are those apple slices? What are those?
Orange slices.
Orange slices? Really? No, they're not.
Tangerines, depending
Okay,
on
maybe they're. All
what
right.
you did.
I don't get it.
Bush is outside.
I made this. I'm proud of my meme making skills. So Bush is the mom?
Oh, God.
And
Why are these misshapen geometrical objects on the windowsill?
Dad, when we buy milk. What? What the hell?
God, it gets...
What is this? He buy milk. He runs.
Oh, it's making fun of how Joe goes, in his broken speaking language whenever he butchers English.
Oh, right. When he.
Or it's like, Dad, he buy milk.
You mean his educated articulation?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
You just insulted my entire race of people, but yes. All right. Tyler Preston counting the N-words. Yeah, it's great. Just that's all you do.
Where's the counter? Where's the counter anyway?
Which it must have been over 20. Like after a certain point, like why are we listening to this guy for any topic? I don't care if he's telling us the weather tomorrow.
Yeah, chat. I know some people were counting or trying to, and we got to 7 minutes 51. How many N-words did we get?
Here's Joe Crazy again.
Yeah, this is like a Sesame Street episode.
Yeah,
with the
you win
count.
internet points. Legacy says 26 N-words.
26 N-words.
Wow.
Hassani, I'm seriously convinced that people saying children don't act like this about May and her friends probably don't have friends themselves. Okay, maybe nowadays you might get some crazy kids that are fully animated and nuts. But back in 2002, if you were Chinese and doing that shit, no. Wouldn't fly. People were really out there saying, this film isn't relatable to me, so therefore it's bad, which is insanely idiotic. Thanks. Okay. The fact the movie has been as hugely successful as it is, and the directors have been promoted to
Very
heads
huge.
of Pixar is about the most cathartic feeling of vindication about how utterly tiring the weeks prior to the film's release were. First off,
Very, very successful. Tremendously successful.
First off, it was not successful in the slightest. Secondly, I don't think they were promoted to anything. That would not make sense. Why would you promote directors for making a flop?
Unless there's no one else at the studio, which is very likely. There's no reason.
I mean, it would have been funny if it was just the employees having to buy this shit over and over to boost it.
Okay, 4 people in chat say it was 26 N-words. That is almost 4 N-words per minute.
God damn it, not 5.
Mark making racist puns. That's great.
Well, you were kind of right. The negotiations were short.
Yeah.
We could someone could make a count video with counting the N-words with Veridis show videos.
It kind of like CinemaSins.
Yeah, well, it's you have to count there, and then he counts and at 7 you need to do the
entire
laughter
video
with
is just like all the N-words.
Yeah, but at 7 you put in the laughter with the thunder in the background and the lightning, because at 7 he always laughs.
This is my favorite meme so far. Wonderful scene from
Count was awesome.
episode 1. When someone says Turning Red was successful, yeah, no kidding. Kind of crazy to hear these people think something successful because you like the film.
Even though it barely made its budget, which it needs to stay that way. Don't get a better budget. Stay dead.
All right. JJ Mattis for the 5. He's just a bitter child complaining about how unfair the world is. It's no wonder his opinions are worthless. No, he is just an angry, I don't know if sheltered or closeted fellow who cannot argue or cannot address issues. So he'll just use his, I don't know if this is street talk or whatever manners he grew up with, but this is pointless. It's childish. It's aggressive, and he's trying to act like he's the fun, smart guy when he's the weird, creepy dude who doesn't shut the hell up in a crowded room.
Oh, Jacob von Torker says, "Why in the stream memes? Why does Veritas Joe sound like Round Table? Oh, they're brothers. They're unfortunately brothers.
Wow.
That's your answer.
Seriously?
Yeah,
No
no
way.
related. Same guy who got pissy over a cancer patient spoiling Steven Universe. I mean,
This is getting out of hand. No, there are two of them.
And you thought this isn't connected. Everything is connected.
Yeah, well, I'm happy my little bubble of beer and, well, bubbly beer.
Beer.
Yeah, you have a beer, everything just goes away. You're like, that's delicious. The bitter hops and the carbonation just connects so beautifully.
You know what? I know exactly what I'm gonna do in my break next day at work. I'm just gonna go to a bar. I don't care about the job. I'm just gonna drink, so I can forget about this video.
Yeah.
Tyler Preston just said, read the manga Kaiju Girl Caramelise instead of watching Turning Red. So we must do
It's
that
too
now.
late. I already watched the movie.
Aw.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for your time. That was a bit over 2 hours. I knew we were not going to get past this, or at least I knew I wasn't. Maybe if you guys want to continue watching, that's up to you. But I do not recommend watching Veritas Joe. He is in his own
An idiot.
He's in his own world. I don't know where he gets his ideas, but he's clearly
delicious.
Drugs.
The internet.
well, he's an ideologue. We get it, but his language, his manners, they're so childish. If he even like with Maggie May, she at least tries to present herself as a professional, and she's goofy, but she sounds like she's not like an insane, crazy person, even though
What?
she does come across as that in other ways. Her language and her diction sounds legible. I can understand. I can hear her, and at least words make some sense. She doesn't come across as a flaming racist child, even though she is at times. But yeah.
Oh my god. She has better stats than Veritas Joe.
Yes, I can
Oh my
watch
God.
another one of her videos and not walk away from it. So thank you, guys. Keep the suggestions coming. Keep the voting going, and we'll talk to you real soon. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a great time.
Bye bye.